The hornbills extend themselves from African subcontinent to Malaysian archipelago through Indian subcontinent. They derive the name hornbill from their unique decurved bill and projecting casque. They are found in 54 species and their breeding and feeding requirements distinguish themselves from other hornbills. Indian hornbills are available in two variations: North Indian hornbills and South Indian hornbills. The North Indian hornbills are generally more grayish in color as compared to South Indian hornbills. The hornbills are 24 inches long, brownish gray in color, with a heavily curved bill surmounted by a casque. The tail is long black and white. The sexes are alike, but casque of the females are shorter as compared to casque of the males. In male hornbills, the upper part is medium gray, while the adult females are predominantly gray in color throughout her body. In India, they are found in Himalayas, Kathiawad region of Gujarat, Bhimtal in Kumaon, Rajmahal Hills, and Kutch region of Gujarat, and coastal and hilly regions of Kerala and Karnataka. The hornbills are generally arboreal, that means they love to live in trees only, and occasionally they descend to ground and hop about with vertically cocked tail to pick the fallen fruit up, and for the wind termites emerging from the rain sodden, that is the saturated ground saturated with rainwater. They keep in pairs or small colonies up to 5 and 6 hornbills feeding on fruiting trees such as the banyan tree and the peepal tree. They settle themselves with birds like myna, bulbul, green pigeons and other frugivorous birds. The mating behavior of the hornbill involves complex sets of courtship, mating and nesting behaviors that are primarily aimed at protecting the females and the young ones during their vulnerable periods. One can find them in pairs during the March and June period. The males involves in courtship feeding to woo females by feeding her with fruits, lizards, tree barks, mud pellets, demonstrating his capability to support the female during the incubation period and forming an emotional bond. The mating occurs multiple times before female is secured in nest cavity formed in the trees and surrounding branches. The mating may last up to 2 minutes. The tall tree with large gates are the best choices for the nesting selected by both the couples. The females are secured with the help of a seal formed by bark, cattle dung, mud pellets, having a small hole for the ventilation and supply of the food. The female lives in the nest cavity for around 75 days and undergoes molt and incubation. Once the chicks are grown, the seal is broken by the females from inside and chicks are fed by both the parents, the mother and the father. This behavior is an excellent example of avian parental investment in Indian forest. The unpaired males may attack the paired males to get the females if he has no female available with her for mating. The display involves wagging of the tail and waving of the neck. Many times the tail and the neck movements are done in unison by the male and the females. As the date of incarceration approaches, the female spends most time in preening, that is, cleaning the body face with her bill and basking in sunlight. She becomes less active and follows her male when the male is foraging, that is, looking for the food. The male produces a typical call, "kshi kshi," when the female arrives near the nest cavity, moving tail and head, urging the female to enter the nest. The male mates the female many times before she is finally incarcerated into the nest cavity. The male moves towards the female with a food item held in its bill. The female moves towards the end of the branch. The male hops near to the female at the end of the branch. When the female shows reluctance to flying, the male receives the signal about her willingness to mate. The mounting takes place near the nest on branches high up in the trees. They breed and mate from second year of their life. The nest preparation takes place in 5 stages. The first stage is bringing the mud pellets for the cavity wall formation. The second stage is cavity wall preparation. The third is collecting the lining material. The fourth is cleaning the net cavity. The fifth is repairing the nest cavity. After the fledging of the nest by the females, the nestlings start the resealing of the broken nest with the help of the material supplied by the mother and the father. They are ready to fledge, who breaks the cavity plaster themselves, not helped by adult hornbills. The nestlings joins the parents and small colony of the hornbills. The feeding habits of the hornbill includes picking the food wherever found and is the easiest way besides plucking, which forms the most common method for foraging used by Indian grey hornbills. They may pluck at an item lying on the ground or foliage while still in the flight. Besides, they may also snatch the food being arranged by a fellow hornbill and swooping down from a perch and pecking an item off the ground. The swooping is generally used for lizards, hawking to capture airborne prey, levering over objects with the bills in search of item underneath, digging into the ground or rotten wood in search of the prey are the other feeding methods used by the grey Indian hornbills. Yellow oleander, figs, the garden lizards, beetles are the popular foods which are foraged in close proximity of the nesting trees. During the first stage of the nesting, when only the female is in the nest, the male carries the food material in the gullet and regurgitate the items from the gullets one by one and delivers into the mouth of his females. This regurgitation could be a problem if the food happens to be the garden lizard. The people and banyan are the most loved fruits by the hornbills, followed by the yellow oleander. Arriving at the roosting sites 30 minutes before roosting, they crouch down with the belly against the feet and drawing the head between shoulders, point the bills upwards at a characteristic angle. The feet are completely embedded among the feathers of the belly in this posture. They preen, that is, they clean the feather in the evening on the roosting branch for some times before finally sleeping in. The hornbills plays an important role in the seed dispersal in tropical forests, especially in eastern Ghats of India. They disperses the seeds from many species of plants, which benefits as they remain in the digestive system of the hornbills. It increases the rate of germination as compared to the seeds that were manually depulped or still covered with the pulp. Around 26 plant species are dispersed by the grey hornbills. Ability to swallow big and carry along with them help in biodiversity by their role in carrying them to far off places. The seed dispersal activity gain momentum during the breeding and nesting periods. Interestingly, the breeding season for the hornbills also coincides with the peak fruiting season of most of its diet fruiting trees. The diet of the hornbill has the leaves of the tree having medicinal properties to relieve itself from the gastric elements to ward off insects and parasites which may cause infestation in the inmates as they are in the nestling stage. The grey Indian hornbills are highly social. They indulge in social interactions like bill grappling, aerial jousting, erratic chases in the canopy. They are widely distributed in India. They are easily sighted in the national parks of Uttarakhand, that is the Rajaji National Park, which is the ideal place to sight North Indian grey hornbill. Even the central Indian region of Nagpur is ideal place to spot the grey Indian hornbill. They could be also sighted in the urban areas where they nest themselves on old trees. Western Ghats in South Indian states such as Dandeli Wildlife Sanctuary, Silent Valley National Parks in Kerala, Periyar Tiger Reserve in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, Annaimalai Hills spanning over Kerala and Tamil Nadu are the ideal sites for the Malabar grey hornbills, that is the South Indian hornbills. Paket Tiger Reserves and Namdapta National Parks are specific forest reserves for the sighting of Indian hornbills. The 60 great varieties of the hornbill present in different parts of the world with having different biodiverse conditions helps in preserving the ecology of the forest system. The hornbill travel a great distance in search of their food. They carry the seed in their bills and come back to their home. In the process, they drop this seeds in the journey, making these seeds as the feed material to grow the plants. These plants are the feed material for different plants, birds, and animals. They thus help in preserving the ecology of the system. This makes the forest grow without requiring any human assistance and finances. It is thus our duty to preserve the hornbills. Today, some of the hornbills are near extinct because the casque of the hornbills are used to make the items as a substitute of the ivory. Hornbills getting in danger means a threat to ecological system and again a threat to humanity. It is thus our duty to preserve the hornbill in order to maintain the ecology of the system and help humanity to lead a good life. So let's take a pledge to preserve and support the farmers of the forest.